Welcome, boys and girls. You're welcome to the slaughterhouse of sacred cows. You're watching AMTV News. I'm your anchor, Topher Morrison. It's Wednesday, February 20th, 2013. I have been wondering, why do senators like Ted Cruz and James Inhofe, both Republicans, disapprove of Chuck Hagel? What you're about to see proves, in the words of Senator Inhofe, the anti-Israel history of Chuck Hagel. Oh, yes.
What I would much rather see is this administration, or hopefully the next administration, engage Iran, engage Syria. When I hear the talk about, well, you can't talk with Iran, you can't talk with Syria, and we should stay where we are and support Israel and so on, well, you miss the point. Our policy has been so successful, I believe, hasn't it, that the Middle East is far better off today than it's ever been, isn't it? I mean, all those countries, Lebanon's in great shape, Gaza's in great shape, Israel's in good shape, Iran, Iraq, things have never looked better because we won't talk to anybody. We are not going to have peace, stability, security, or anything that even hints of it in the Middle East until Iran and Syria and all the players are part of it. Now, that doesn't apologize for or doesn't close our eyes to what Iran has been doing, what Iran does do. But unless they are engaged in some way, then I don't see this getting any better. And then where this could go, where this could eventually go, somebody was asking me the other day about a nuclear exchange in the world. Where did that come from? I said, well, I'll give you a scenario that's very real. If Israel gets backed up enough into a corner, and Israel uses a tactical theater nuclear weapon, you want to talk about seeing some things unravel in the world.
The gall. This tiny socialist ethnocracy has created for itself the world's best propaganda tool. Its name. Why? Because it tugs at the heartstring of everyone that goes to church on Sunday. Everyone who cracks open a Bible and sees the word Israel. What Chuck Hagel just illustrated for all of us is that this Israel is not your great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy's Israel. It's not even your grandparents' Israel. The Israel of today is very different from the Israel we all learned about in Sunday school. What is wrong with a sober view of the Middle East? Opinions emancipated from the Iranian war psychosis and the "we stand with Israel" dogma, featuring the mind-numbing arsenal of critical thinking, no questions asked. Hagel also reminds us that perhaps a dialogue with our enemies would prevent future crises. Evidently, it's crazy talk in Washington. But what the hell does Hagel know anyway?
The complications in the Middle East, and I'm certainly not an expert there. I have a chapter on the Middle East. I do know, I know a little something about the Middle East. I spent a lot of time there.
Tony Cartalucci of Land Destroyer Report gives us the 30,000-foot view of the climate change debate. In the short term, catchphrases like carbon neutrality, Fortune 500 funded NGOs, and placard-waving trips to Washington are mere rhetorical footholds for corporate financiers and banks to establish and propel the status quo. How? Well, through newer, complex derivative trades, policy initiative, taxes, and steering regulation into their favor, establishing monopolies. In the long term, the climate change debate, the discussion about how the world is changing, is moot. How? Cartalucci writes, this is Mesozoic North America, 250 to 65 million years ago. Climate change has happened long before humanity's emergence. It will happen again, with or without us. The key to preserving what we as humans value, including not only our cities, towns, and countrysides, but also ecosystems and species, is to devise technical, pragmatic solutions to ensure that no matter what the climate does, we can not only survive, but thrive. In civil rights and law news, Arizona is to arm teachers. Forget the apples, kids. Give your teacher a box of 223s and she'll give you an A. God bless Arizona as it flaunts that Wild West spirit. Instead of taking your guns away, After a national faux crisis, Joe Arpaio patrols schools in a show of force, and now Attorney General Tom Horne and Representative David Stevens, both Republicans, introduced legislation that will arm Arizona's teachers to the teeth. The only question is, how do you train teachers to potentially kill kids like Adam Lanza? Oh yes, DHS has this cool new, oh my. Well, this is getting uncomfortable. All right, who came up with this? Capturing every corner of the alternative media, watch AMTV News Monday through Friday. Follow me on Twitter at AMTV and like us at Facebook at Greenwave TV. Please remember to comment, share, and share, and share. And if you want to catch the links, the source links to all this beautiful material, visit amtvmedia.com, home of the AMTV network, the voice of independence.